Hey, now then, did you know that in Colic, for the last 22 years, there is based an academy? It's called the National Design Academy, and it specialises in interior design distance learning courses. And this has been brought to my attention because a tutor and a student has actually won first and second prizes in a national Laura Ashley inspired designer competition. So this little gem's been hiding out in Nottingham all this time, and to tell us more about it is tutor Kim Moore. Good morning, Kim.
Hello there.
Do you know, I haven't heard of the National Design Academy. Tell us more about it. What's it offer?
Well, the National Design Academy itself has been running for approximately 22 years. More recently, it's actually gone from diploma into foundation degrees and BA honours degrees specialising in interior design.
So is it all about interior design?
It's purely focused solely on interior design, yes. So if anyone has a budding interest in sort of residential design or commercial design, we cover it.
And this is a growing area, isn't it, interior design?
Yeah, definitely. Particularly with people, obviously with the economy at the moment, people sort of deciding to stay put, as it were, and sort of renovating their properties rather than sort of selling or moving on. Yeah, definitely, it's growing every year that goes by.
And I think with all those interior design TV courses, TV programs, I think people have really taken an interest.
Yes, definitely. More sort of recently, 60-minute makeover and all those sorts of things have really introduced people to all the different aspects that interior design actually entails. You know, it's not just as simple as sort of a few cushions. You know, you can go into the sort of the construction side of it, or moving walls, putting sort of extensions on, and all that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's quite a detailed and fabulous subject, really.
Oh, so how did you get into it then?
Well, I started out from my GCSEs when I was 15 years old, when I was doing my project at school for my graphics project, when everyone else was doing sort of, designing plans and maps and things like that. I went on to do a scale model of a cafe, so from quite an early stage I've always known that interior design was something I've been passionate about. And then I went on to get my degree, and I worked in exhibition design. Interior design, it really encompasses lots of different areas, office design, exhibitions. For example, who'd have thought with an interior design degree, one scenario when I was working for an exhibition company, 9 o'clock at night, I was rolling a 900-year-old mummy down a corridor to do an exhibition. So it really is vast and varied, but it's very fun. Every day is very different.
So the one thing about one feature of the National Design Academy is that it's a distance learning.
It is, yeah, and I think it's really important, particularly obviously with the issues that are happening at the moment with student fees, for all sorts of students, mature and sort of young students, to really start thinking about, what routes are available to them, and definitely I think, if people want more work experiences, or if they want to work alongside their study, then distance learning is a really good option for anyone, really.
And what about, I think you've really sort of put the Academy on the map with this winning first and second prizes in this Laura Ashley comp. Wow! And I do notice that, is it Catriona Doherty?
Yeah.
She's from Lincoln, and she's a mature student. Does distance learning attract a lot of mature students?
It does. In particular, we get a lot of students who, for example, have thought, first time round, they've either missed their education or they've decided to go down a different route, something maybe less creative, accountancy or something like that. And then they've realised perhaps later in life that, when they've had a bit of time to sort of reflect, that actually they want to, do something for themselves. And so we get a lot of students who almost second time round really are doing something that they're really passionate about. And interior design, it touches everyone. A lot of people will have done this, designed their bedrooms or their living rooms before. And usually that, if it creates a bit of a spark, then people have gone on to do the
and your next door
course.
neighbour and your friends say, "Oh, you've done that well."
Exactly, yeah, and that's how a lot of people start realising they've actually got a talent for it. When they find that a lot of their weekends are took up by people sort of asking for their advice, or would you mind coming shopping with me so you can help me pick out some new curtains, or that sort of thing. And that's what usually happens.
Now you, Kim, you took second prize in the professional category.
Yes, yeah. And it was fabulous when I found out that one of our own students had took first in the student category as well. In such a large scale competition, you almost think that you do it for a bit of fun. You don't expect to get anything out of it, and it was just wonderful when we got the call.
There must have been loads, thousands and thousands upon entries. There must have been.
Well, yeah, and in the letter that I actually got telling me, sort of confirming what place I got, they did actually say that the numbers had completely surpassed what they'd expected. So it was really lovely to say that. They said that the standards of the work that they'd received was also a lot higher, and they were really excited about the future for interior design because of that. So it was really a good indicator of what's happening in the design industry at the moment.
Does the Academy encourage students then to take part in competitions? Because this is a way of really judging the market out there as well, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah. We actually, the tutors, we actually have a magazine which we put out every month called Vision, and basically what we do on that, we do briefs, we talk about events that are coming up in interior design, and this was actually part of that. We look at sort of the industry and what's happening, and then we sort of respond to that in Vision every month. So, usually the students are getting sort of the cutting edge information on a monthly basis, which is great.
So, I can imagine that there are some listeners out there who are going, "Oh, yes, this could be right up my street." How do they get onto the courses? Who do they contact?
Right, well, we do actually have a website which has all of the information, which if you want to go onto it, it's www.nda.ac.uk.
NDA.
.ac.uk. Yeah, and we've got all of the information about all the courses on there. But of course, it has all the contact details as well. So if you want a bit more information, then just pick up the phone and we can answer any questions.
Kim Moore, thanks a lot for joining us this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And enjoy that prize.
I will do. Thank you very much.
Then, bye-bye. That's Kim Moore. She's a tutor at the National Design Academy. It is based in Colic in Nottingham. It's been here for the last 22 years. And as you've heard, it specialises in interior design distance learning courses. And one of its students entered the Laura Ashley Inspired Designer Competition, a national competition, and came first. Wow. And Kim Moore, the tutor, she entered the professional category and she came second. So it's got very good credentials. If this sounds like you, why don't you check it out? Go to www.nda.ac.uk. Here's Freddie McGregor.